There have been some terrifying events in the gaming scene. Stories like a pro player's brother killing their parents with a kitchen knife, a man live streaming the death of his girlfriend, or even someone flying to another person's house and attacking them with a hammer over an online argument in a game. Sadly, in Mlbb, it's no different. Today, I show you the terrifying side of the Mlbb community. Almost all of these incidents were reported in their country's news report. Warning, in this video you will see blurred pictures and videos of people covered in blood, and you will hear some violent stories. The theft hack. May 1st, 2019, Jakarta, Indonesia. YS, a young woman from Pontianak, West Kalimantan, was arrested by police at her home. She was a high school graduate with no permanent job. The Jakarta police accused her of stealing 1.85 billion rupiah, which is around 127,500 USD, from a bank to purchase Mlbb diamonds. YS used a cheat that allowed her bank balance to remain unchanged while she bought e-vouchers through Unpin e-commerce using a BNI virtual account. This went on for nearly a year, because YS started to play Mlbb a year ago. Eventually, after receiving reports of suspicious transactions, investigators traced it back to YS. The police arrested YS at her house and confiscated her BCA savings, ATM cards, and mobile phones. She now faces charges of theft and money laundering, which could carry a 20-year prison sentence and a fine of up to 5 million rupiah, which is around 309 USD. While no one was harmed in YS's case, the next story involves bloodshed. The Bloodbath, February 2nd, 2022, Cotabato City, Philippines. At around 9 PM, two friends, Hubert Concepcion, 20 years old, and Fritz Patagan, 29 years old, were playing Mlbb together when two men on a motorcycle suddenly arrived and opened fire with a 45 caliber handgun. The peaceful night was shattered by screaming neighbors, broken glass, and gunfire. Police quickly arrived and exchanged the shots with the attackers, who eventually fled after a 10-minute shootout. The two men inside the house survived after being rushed to the hospital. Some neighbors and police officers suffered minor injuries. One suspect was arrested for possessing the same type of gun used by the attackers, and 20 others were interrogated. Why did this happen? Because of a $265 bet on an Mlbb match. An argument broke out over accusations of cheating, which they denied, and it escalated far beyond what anyone could have imagined. While the police only fought a couple of men, in the next case there were no police and two people against a whole group of attackers. And why? Because they didn't want to play Mlbb. Also, the names could be incorrect this time because of poor translation. Bloody Helmet, March 2023, Telok Mas, Malaysia. Melaka, a waiter at a restaurant, was working like usual. Right next to the restaurant is a gas station. His friend, the 25-year-old Amirul, was about to meet his 22-year-old friend Mot Arizat and talk about why Amirul doesn't want to play Mlbb with his friends. Right when Amirul came to the gas station, a couple of men on motorcycles surrounded him. A couple of minutes later, even more men came. Before Amirul could speak one word, they beat him all at once. His friend Malaka noticed it and rushed to help his friends, but just got beaten too. The unknown men used their helmets to beat both of them up. After a while, the police finally came, but it was too late. Amirul got a broken nose and needed a few stitches on his forehead. Melaka even needed 10 stitches on his head. After around 45 minutes, 7 suspects got arrested. The age ranges between 16 and 28. The 7 suspects also got charged to help the police find the rest of the attackers. All of that because he said no. Do you think the situation would have changed if he said yes? Probably, but it doesn't need to change for better, like in this next case. Break of Sanity, 2018, Singapore. An 18-year-old named Lim Ying Wei met a girl through mutual friends. They often went out in groups, and while Jing initially expressed romantic interest, she ignored it. 2 years later, she invited him for drinks with friends after work. Afterwards, he asked her to come to his house to play Mlbb. She agreed because she wanted to charge her phone. And that was the decision that will curse her life from now on. At his house, he told her to go to his bedroom first because he had to talk to his mother first. When he went to his room, he locked the door and lied down on his bed, playing Mlbb with her. After a while, he invited her to lie down next to him, which she declined. But Jing had other plans. He jumped on top of her, pinning her on top of his bed, kissing and hugging her. She screamed for his mother, but nothing. Jing removed her top and started to penetrate her. She repeatedly screamed no and stop it. Jing said he would stop if she would go on top of him and start making love together. But she made a counteroffer to lie down first, hugging and sleeping together. He surprisingly agreed. 10 minutes later, he fell asleep. She slowly stood up, putting her clothes on, and tried to find the key to unlock the door. Sometimes she would fall off to the ground, silently crying by the traumatic event that just happened. She eventually found the key and wrote a couple friends to pick her up and telling what happened. Before she left, she also made a photo of his ID. Later on, she and a friend of her reported him to the police, and Jing got arrested for sexual assault with penetration. First, Jing denied it happening, but a year later on, he admitted to sexually assaulting her. Jing is also 21 years old now, and therefore a full adult. He was sentenced on Friday, August 6, 2021, to at least 6 months of reformative training of sexual assault by penetration, and the judges will consider over time if he gets charged with rape too. While traumatized by the experience, she is at least still alive, but I have one small story left for you, which this time ended with someone dead. The assassination. October 19th, 2023, Manila, Philippines. In Imo City, two friends, Golden and Rizzo, were playing Mlbb when another man suddenly approached them. Too focused on the game, they didn't notice until it was too late. Golden was slashed in the neck and stabbed in the chest. Rizzo was stabbed in the neck as well. The attacker escaped on a motorcycle without a plate, which the CCTV footage showed. Golden died from his wounds, while Rizzo was rushed to the ICU, seemingly surviving. Before all that, Rizzo was in Orlando with his deceased uncle, who had a fight with a group of their neighbors, alias they met. They confronted pretty often when they were drunk. It escalated, and the Demet threatened to put them upside down. Rizzo's family suspects the neighbors hired the killer. Do you think Mlbb could be this brutal? Neither did I. And that's it for today. If you liked it, then like and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.